It's on the road again this week for the Jacksonville State volleyball team. Our ladies head to the Nashville area. They'll play at Belmont on Friday evening, and then Saturday afternoon, or actually now Saturday morning with an 11 a.m. start, they'll get the match going against Tennessee State. Our ladies go in at 3-1 in Ohio Valley Conference play. Your first home match of the year. It was a very good SEMO team coming in. First two sets, I should say, you played pretty well. Third set got away from you, and SEMO gets out of here with a straight set win.
Yeah, man, to give credit where credit's due to start, SEMO's very good. They're not complicated with their systems, but they know what they're trying to do, and they do it really well. They're pretty disciplined, and they played a good match. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't give you a lot of free points. Their serve is consistent. And so, yeah, to give them credit. That being said, we're a little inconsistent, and it got us. Our youth and our inexperience, got us. We first two sets in control, playing well, play some loose points. They play a little better. We panic a little bit. All of a sudden it's 30-28. All of a sudden it's 25-19. And then the third set, got away from us a little bit. We started to press, and they were, by that point, they were confident. And so it's tough to play a confident team.
I got in here after the football game, so you can blame it on me because you were ahead when I got here. Then it turned around. Maybe I should have left. But they did have a size advantage at the net, and they used that at times, especially with a couple of folks they rotated to the front, didn't they? Yeah,
their middle blockers are maybe the best pair in the conference. There are some middles that are good individually, but in terms of having two middle blockers that are really efficient, I think SEMO may have the best pair in the conference. And like I said, they're not super athletic, but they understand what they're trying to do with their systems, and they accomplish what they're trying to do really well.
All right, we'll talk about Kelsey Anderson. Second time this year she's been an OVC Player of the Week. First time was on offense. You've tweaked your lineup a little bit, and now she's playing your defensive specialist spot, and she's the Defensive Player of the Week, which is, I think, what she played at Alabama before she transferred here. It's unusual to win both those awards, but last week, Tuesday at Tennessee Tech, she had, 29 digs and then 20 digs against SEMO. So just looking at her numbers, she's played very well for you, hasn't she?
Yes, I mean, we knew that coming in, that Kelsey is a very, very talented volleyball player. Her understanding of the game is off the charts. She reads the game well. Not to mention she's really physically gifted. Early in the season, we tried her at the outside hitter position, but she's naturally a libero. She was a libero for 2 years at Alabama. She's now, as we're seeing by the numbers, she's getting back into her comfort zone. The game is slowing down for her. There were 3 or 4 plays against SEMO where their outside hitters hit absolute bombs, and they were in celebration mode until they saw Kelsey, pop the ball up like she was laying on her couch. So we're excited that about what she's doing now and what she's going to continue to do.
All right, Belmont Friday, and then Tennessee State Saturday. Both of those picked in the upper echelon of the league. Both, I think, pretty talented, aren't they?
Physically, especially Tennessee State, they'll have some athletes for sure. They're not real big this year. They don't have a go-to player like they did last year. Shaquita Williams is Offensive Player of the Year. I might have been Player of the Year, actually. So they don't have that this year. But again, it'll be a good matchup physically. Belmont, again, that doesn't have the size that some of the other teams do. So we expect to go to Nashville and do well.
I know in basketball, when they go on the road, they try to split on the OVC road trip. Is that what you look for going in, to try to at least come out of there with one win among the two matches?
Oh, no, we're going to win both. We're going to sweep the weekend and come back. That's our goal. That's what we're shooting for. Certainly one out of 2 is better than 0. But again, we ran into a pretty good SEMO team. 2 out of 3 sets we played. 2 out of 3 sets we played well enough to win and just didn't. And so our confidence level remains high. Our expectation of excellence remains high. And so I expect to be back here next week, 5-1 on the conference.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Jacksonville State volleyball coach Joseph Goodson. Our ladies at Belmont on Friday, and then wrapping up the road trip on Saturday morning at Tennessee State. For the second time this year, Kelsey Anderson, OVC Player of the Week. The first time was Offensive Player of the Week award. This time it's a Defensive Player of the Week. That may be a first in the history of the Ohio Valley Conference. Were you surprised that you got the honor this week?
Yeah, I actually didn't know I got it until yesterday. Everybody was like, congratulations. I was like, what happened? But yeah, it's a great honor. Felt good to get that, especially since I was Offensive Player at the beginning of the year. But
All right, you're back to, I'll call it your natural home. You're playing libero again, 29 digs, I think, against Tennessee Tech, and then 20 against SEMO. Was it an easy transition to move back into that spot?
Very easy. I felt like I've always felt more comfortable in the back row, even when I was hitting at the beginning of the season. I just feel like I can lead the team and lead the back court better than I can in the front row. So I definitely love being back there, and it feels good to be back there again.
Yeah, but you don't get to slap one up somebody's head or anything.
I know. That's kind of stings. I did enjoy hitting again. It felt good to hit, but I just felt like I'd do better with the team, and I'd do more for the team when I'm back row, so I like it back there a little better. I do wish I could hit, though.
All right, SEMO, the first 2 sets, had chances to win those, did not, and I think that sort of carried over into the third set then, didn't it?
Definitely. I think we just didn't have the fight that we needed to go back in there and play. And then after that second game, we talk all the talk in the locker room, and then come out, and then they get the first couple points, and we just fell under the pressure and don't fight back. So I think it was an eye-opener for us, and hopefully that doesn't happen again, and we can improve on that and go back out and get 2 wins this weekend.
You go to Belmont Friday, Tennessee State Saturday, sort of anxious to get back out there and get going again?
I am. I think the whole team is, especially after it's kind of embarrassing being our home court advantage and everything and playing the way we did, and we haven't played that way since we've been in the OVC. So I think we're all anxious to go out there and prove ourselves again and show everybody what we're really made of.
Well, it won't matter playing on the road because outside of Saturday night, everything has been away from home.
Exactly. I think we're more comfortable when we're on the road than we are actually at home. So,
has it been nice, though, to be able to sleep in your own bed a little bit a few nights in a row?
It felt awesome to finally be at home and off the bus for a weekend. I feel like I've been on the bus since I've been here. I always love playing at home. I'm excited for the following weekend to be back at home to prove ourselves again in front of our home crowd. But it's always good to get back on the road and play somebody.
Belmont, Tennessee State will be 2 tough challenges. Do you see this as a big weekend against them, especially after the SEMO setback?
I think every weekend's a big weekend because every team in the OVC is pretty equal, so it's always a big win when we get a win, especially on the road. But I think these are 2 good teams that are definitely beatable for our point if we play our game and play like we know how to play, if we show up to play. So especially after this past weekend, I think we have a lot to prove.
All right. Thanks, Kelsey. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Kelsey Anderson, OVC Defensive Player of the Week. She and the ladies on the road this weekend at Belmont on Friday night, then Saturday morning at Tennessee State.